Hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing our Fall of the Republic 1.3 preview playthrough as the CIS. In the last episode, we took on an attack on Honegger. We won. They didn't do anything to change that. Today, we are going to take a few of these other Outer Rim systems, probably Breznia first, but we are eventually building up for the assault on Antimeridius, which is getting even more difficult. Where are they? I guess they're building more acclimators there. So I probably want to stop that sooner than later. That's a lot of acclimators. They can't build another Invincible or Venator there, but they can build a bunch of Dreadnoughts, which they got the Carrier Dreadnoughts, the regular Dreadnoughts, and then a bunch of acclimators. I don't know if they have an Hypervelocity gun here. I think they might. So, you know what? Do we just go for it? I think we might need to just go for it. I will definitely want more diamonds for this, actually. So, not really just going for it, so much as preparing to go for it again.
Construction complete.
Constructing unit.
Alright. Well. Yeah, we can do the Legion cycling, but we can't turn on Cruel right now, which is kind of cruel in and of itself. Alright, let's get Breznia.
Initiate haste
Brezhnev.
protocol.
We have other ground forces down here. Well, we'll be able to send down the MAF for this. That's a level 1 shipyard with no ships and just the Golem. I'm just gonna auto-resolve that.
Construction complete.
And I'm gonna get all of the that stockpile credits. It happened. What are our current missions other than that? Bolstering support. Okay, take Breznia, and we'll get another Protodeca. And we need more star bases. So we can get one here.
Beginning construction.
Where can we also get a level 3? Got one on you. We can get one on Rhodia. Is there one that's slightly better position? Oh, Rusan. That's going to be happening already. Cool. That'll fill all of our mission requirements.
Construction complete.
We're getting up towards 60. Okay. So I'm going to get IGBC, Commerce, Trade Federation. That's actually probably a bad idea that way. I'll do it here.
Research cancelled. Researching.
Having them all finish at the same time. I don't know if the script can handle that properly. I've never tried.
Construction.
We're gonna get them over there. We're gonna get guys up here. And do we want these off of Filv? No, I'm gonna leave those on Filv. They're nice and defensive.
Cargo ship here.
To invade Charos.
Research complete.
Rather you didn't. No, I'd really rather you didn't, because I'm building my goal in there. You bastards. How dare you?
Building cancelled.
I needed that for a mission. Alright, well, we're getting the Rusan one, and I guess if we're gonna be...
Beginning construction.
Beginning construction.
We're gonna be like that, then we'll get the Rodeo one. I feel like they're gonna win this one, actually. Like, I'm not an expert on Empire at War, but I think that one was gonna be a loss.
Tactical battle imminent.
This... we can actually kill them. That's another fun 200 stack for them to lose. Another Praetor. So they've got Munis Mandal. Like, it must be pumping them out.
Choose your reinforcements.
We definitely killed that last one. Don't really have the most tankiest of ships in this battle, though. Okay, let's try to do this.
Reinforcements cancelled. cancelled.
the same way we did the last one. So we want worst case Ontario in the back
Check your flanks.
and get them to turn around.
Systems online.
Hopefully they start going for that instead of the boy who cried wolf. And we might be able to take out an invincible from the back here.
Roger, roger.
Go into the
System
corner.
compute.
Just go to the corner, think about what you've done.
Choose your reinforcements.
And a bunch of these. We've got a Sabaoth Destroyer,
Can't handle.
Lucid Voice,
Reinforcements en route.
Man bonus from
Guns
TF,
procedures initiated.
Frigates,
thrusters.
Black Eagle over all other houses. Sponsored
Do
by
not
Hondo
allow
Anaka.
Republic troops to interfere with the
Bearing
Next
set.
deployers. Avalon's Ace of Spades.
Stay
Q
clear.
Ditto. Missile Challenge advertisement.
Right
Assault
away.
shall live on. Is fine. Reactor go boom.
my lord.
Salty core and fries goes on to cruiser and Raptor Captor Benefactor. I think with this
I need recharging. Termination
will
confirmed.
burst.
You are a killing machine.
Can take out that without too much trouble.
Republic cruiser has sustained critical damage.
Target at maximum range. Firing barrage.
Hold your ground.
Maybe this will still lure
Focus your effort.
some of those over.
Got you on the comm. Battle stations.
Standing by. Targeting as ordered.
Okay, Providences,
Orders.
you can move along with that onto them. And all of the bombers, you're on Praetor duty as well.
Yes, sir.
Communications are
We
necessary.
don't need a ton of damage against this anymore.
Target acquired. Well aimed. Die, die.
Try to take out some of these smaller ships too.
At your command.
Negative life form confirmed.
Captain here.
Power up for you. Machines are superior.
They're starting to turn around.
Reading you. Locked on target. Ready for battle.
Was your being reticle recently calibrated?
Your orders,
How
Commander.
are you doing that?
Okay, we don't need that much damage still on,
Failure is
the
now a
Invincible.
formality.
especially because it's facing the wrong direction still.
You have been designated
We do
for
need a ton more damage on you.
surrounding.
Awaiting command.
On the Praetor. They're getting their other ships into.
All fire on the fire. Reporting in.
Okay, I'll keep the Missile Challenge advertisement,
Target
the Invincible, and Raptor Captor on the Invincible.
And have my part.
Hello there, Shadow.
Reporting. This is the captain.
Rider, rider.
Nominal
Threw
status.
half the shields on that already. It's okay, those bombers need to not kill everything. Kind of important that they don't kill everything.
Fire at will. Hold your ground.
Okay, you can
Eliminate target.
around the back here too.
Waiting orders.
Power up. Eliminate target.
I almost wonder if it would be better
Uh-oh.
Ready
to
for
take out the other ships with the bombers first.
Charge up.
Well, I'm just gonna tell you to attack the Praetor.
Roger that. Attack position.
So close,
Protect
come
the
on.
control tower to prevent a design
Don't let the
flaw
bombers through.
from
You're kind of letting bombers through. I don't want to be.
Frigate reporting.
I don't want to like keep hammering in on this, but like, don't do that. Don't do that.
Stop the intruder.
It's bad for us. We have to pay for all the new ships afterwards. The insurance won't even pay anything out for this. The CSA should have like insurance as one of their government mechanics. You just pay a huge amount of money, and then
Warm up. Pressing the
when a
attack.
ship dies, you don't get the money directly paid out. Like you have to play a mini game where the insurance company tries to come up with as many reasons as possible for why they don't actually owe you that money, and then if you win the mini game, you get like
Awaiting orders.
a small portion of it paid off.
Target sighted.
Cargo ship here.
This is the captain.
Negative life form confirmed.
I think that's the real mechanic that Empire War is missing. Okay, everyone hit a different hardpoint. That's
Target turret.
that's what you need to do now.
Target those lasers. Got you on the comm.
I really hope we don't lose the
Medical file.
Sabaoth frigate.
Copy. Target those
Okay,
lasers.
I'm kind of doubling up on orders now. Where's TF?
Machines are superior. Destroy turret.
I just need to make sure that we're not wasting too much damage on that. We can really blow through some of these hard points pretty quickly if everyone attacks something different.
Take the shot. Light my shiny metal hum.
It's only what? 28, 33, 38, 46 hard points for actual weapons. If we're taking out like 7 or 8 at a time.
Your efficiency exceeds expected. Recently calibrated.
Analysis.
Captain here.
Flash coming.
Especially if I can try to focus it on the turbo lasers. Because like the ion cannons are obviously powerful, but that's still what, 13 hard points that aren't doing hull damage at all. They're not a threat to the survival of my ships in the same way.
How are you doing that? Dispose of turret.
The bombers are really fucking up this Venator. I do need to make sure the fighter bay is not left alone.
Oh no. Visual scan confirmation. Tracking audio disturbance. Enemies found.
Our launch bay has been
No!
destroyed.
Tracking enjoyed.
Reading you.
Visual lock.
Nominal status. Standing by.
There.
Unit online.
Standing by.
Roger, roger. Turret target acquired.
Your orders, Commander.
We have not met requirements for success.
Enemy target.
This is the captain.
That destroyer is still taking some damage, but it's not as much as it could be. What are the fleet styles of the 3 factions for Revenge's Revenge? I'll be doing faction overviews for them, which includes a lot of that information. Hopefully soonish. We're not quite ready for those breakdowns yet.
Pursuit destroyer at your disposal.
Okay, we're gonna be done with that Venator pretty quickly. We've even got that Munificent in. So I'm gonna send the bombers on to the Invincible, because the Munificent's gonna be able to finish off the Venator.
Captain here.
It does look like we are gonna lose
All units decommissioned
Sabaoth
immediately.
frigate. There it goes. But we've got pretty much all the turbo lasers off of this guy. So that's always nice. Alright, we're gonna take out the turbo lasers on that. If you do a Republic playthrough before the Mandalorian playthrough, our Mando's gonna be the first faction. It kind of depends on the timing. The closer we are to the start of Mandalorian Season 3, the higher the chances that Mandalorians happen first. But if it's early enough that I can be sure I'd get through enough of a Republic playthrough to start a Mandalorian one right after, then it'll probably be Republic first. Because I mostly want to make sure that when the Mandalorian Season 3 starts, we have a Mandalorian playthrough going, because it'd just be stupid not to do that, I think. So even if like the Republic makes the most sense in a vacuum on which faction should get their first playthrough, the Mandalorians have a whole TV show going for them. You don't get that kind of advertisement anywhere else.
Shutdown complete. On the battlefield.
I gotta try to make sure this year I take advantage of as many opportunities for all the channels as possible,
Frowns on such ineptitude
even the ones that nobody knows about.
with a lightsaber.
General protection fault. Roger. Target hostiles eliminated. Messy.
Okay, we can try to take out some of these beltas. I think we mostly just lost that that Sabaoth destroyer frigate carrier destroyer. Not a frigate. It was a destroyer. Well, it was what? We had 180, 170 something. So yeah, that makes sense. It was maybe one other small frigate too. But that was definitely the only really big or expensive ship we've lost.
Wow, roger that. Player's gone.
This was only one? No, it was 2 Invincibles, 1 Venator, and a Praetor. So Munis Mandel can only replace that so fast. They still have Munis Mandel, Ubrikia, Ringnelia, which is separated now, and Rathana. They still got 3 or 4 active shipyards, depending if you want to count the isolated one. So we lost Sabaoth Destroyer, Hex Deployer, Salty Core, and Fries, and it goes on to. We can replace some of those. What's it, Nimban? Where did I have? Oh, here it was.
Unit
Doop,
in
doop,
production.
doop. Good. Huh. Right, we want it. We want Breznia. We have at least the one MAF4. Agent Water's asking what mod this is. This is Fall of the Republic, the upcoming version of it, though. Antimeridius is gonna get to sit for now. We need to take Breznia. And we'll probably even take Ringnelia before getting to
Building under construction.
to Antimeridius. I can't leave it for too long because they're gonna keep building more there, and it's gonna just get harder and harder.
Construction complete.
But we'll send all the Episode 1 tanks into that landing zone, and we'll stop on the bridge for some of these.
Complete.
We've captured.
Once this is captured, I'll just lift the battle droids out.
We've secured.
All right,
the build
let's
path.
get a sensor array and anti-vehicle turret.
We've secured.
I haven't actually built too many sensors on it. Oh crap. I think we're gonna get that. Alright, get in. Get over there. It's unfortunate. Alright, now we want to capture those. Come around. Focus Source is asking, are there enough heroes within the Revenge period to do the command staff system, or will the pack just have a set hero roster? We do intend to have the command staff system for the Republic. At the very least within the Jedi Order. It won't necessarily be as extensive as the Fall of the Republic one, because there aren't quite as many heroes available. But between, like, the comics, the games, offhand mentions in source books, there should be enough to work with. We need these guys. Well, at least they got out before everyone died. Or before the MMT died. MTT. Not Mega Mazer Tank. Different vehicles. Octoptara at the front base. And this will even give us another Protodeca. I think that's a third Protodeca for us. Oh shit. Like right in the... That's unfortunate. Well, we need to get into this area. So we kind of just gotta go. The V2s are gonna be fine against us. Alright, now we get over into that one. I'm gonna send you closer to the base.
Activating defense algorithm.
Won't be able to use the bombing run or orbital bombardment until those are done. And bring these down more. Did I say what the Sith government mechanics will look like? Not yet.
Hey, I'm on point.
They are running. Go for their engines.
We've secured.
Alright, that must be all the units dead. The government mechanics aren't particularly figured out for Revenant Revenge just yet. There's like some story-related stuff that we have a general idea of, but and like command staff for the Republic. But there's less specific, like, legitimacy style systems fleshed out. We're mostly focusing on
Under
the
construction.
units first. So the core rosters and some of the basic map setup and some of the other mechanics like that first. And I've been working on legitimacy stuff, World Devastator stuff. So I'm going to be starting on some government mechanic stuff soon for Revenge Revenge, but not quite there yet.
Unit in production.
Get more MAFs. Okay, so it is Ubricia there. Rigneldia. Rothana. And Munis Mandel. So I think Ubricia is probably what we're going to be going to with those. Well, let's put these guys in this fleet.
How are they going up?
And I think we'll go for
There's
Org
nothing I can't
Harbinger.
handle.
Or will we? No. Saipori can defend itself. Let's go to Lyran. If we can get Lyran, Erduba, and we can cut off Rathana and have access to Gamor. Will I watch Glass Onion? No, I've already watched it.
Construction.
Maybe I'll rewatch in the future. I shouldn't say no, but I loved it.
Beginning construction. Constructing.
Dana and I both loved Glass Onion and Knives Out.
Building started.
Is it just the building? Yeah. Well, then we should get another mission set soon. 55, 60. Okay, we're still building those? Yeah. Okay. I want those heroes. That's all in place. This is not going to be the best fleet comp that we've got, but it should be enough for Lyran. We'll bring over the ground forces from Breznia.
Destination set. Tactical battle imminent.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting too much there. And I was right. I was right to not expect too much there. I'm going to check the number of planets they have left after this, too. Like, Munis Mandel is definitely the biggest attack.
Choose
Or maybe not, because
reinforcements.
it's more defended in structures
Reinforcements on
than Antimeridius is, but the Antimeridius units can't go anywhere. They all have to stay there. Okay. Ghost of Dooku, Dead Ringer. More of these guys. Also got Black Knight. We got H.G. Wells' DeLorean. We have Vengeful Spirit. We have My Favorite Ship Is. We have Powder Keg.
Advance the attack.
And we have X and Logic.
The lasers are our target.
How are you doing that?
Reporting. Attacking target. Awaiting orders.
Running is not the Jedi way.
Roger, roger.
Running kind of is the Jedi way. Did you not watch episode 1? They ran so fast. They used force speed in the first, like, 3 minutes of the movie.
Look out.
Never even not a real Star Wars fan. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. We can move up to Ord Parvin soon, at least. So, hold on. Let's see what that looks like. That is 23 planets that they have. I don't know how accurate that actually is. Planets seems pretty accurate. I think this is a 60 planet map. We have 2/3. They have a third, roughly.
Proceeding. Construction complete.
I'll do a save before we get in. I've been less neurotically saving since the update. That's always nice.
All transport ships. Commence landing procedures.
Did you know that in Star Wars there's a force power? That was the worst Charlie impression ever.
Ready for attack. Well done. Powering motivators.
Choose
What was George Lucas thinking with this force power?
B2 unit deploying.
Roger, roger.
Vengeance program satisfied. Obey. Loading demolition program.
Complete.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that landing zone. So I should send the rest the other direction. I only need one droidica to go out here. Drop them, and then drop the HV gun.
We've secured a build pad.
Fire.
Yay. Follow me.
Beginning area patrol. Rearming. Powering
Thank you, Triton, for the gifted sub to Marmar. Very appreciated. So use the weapons on the unit, please. Unit. Unit.
Hey.
I don't want to have to drop the proto deck over here, so I'm glad I won't have to actually. Please capture that before everything dies.
Pretty impressive.
You can take 2 scary little bikes, can't you? There it is. Good job, buddy.
Already.
We've secured a landing
And
zone.
I can't make fun of their clips. I've had a real rough clip week.
Better come up with a plan. Die, clone.
December as a whole was rough for datapad briefs.
We've secured a landing zone.
Once I wasn't making
Just a few seconds
Andor
before
videos
we
every day.
Squad assignment
I was trying to do other news. People didn't care. People did not, in fact, care. People didn't care in numbers that were astonishing.
We've lost.
It's recovering a little bit now that I've made another Andor video, and started doing some more of the behind-the-scenes original trilogy stuff that I started off the channel doing. But hopefully when Bad Batch starts, people will care about the Bad Batch videos some more. But we'll see.
Looks like they're waiting for us. Wait for
Just get back here.
shoot me now. Hey, follow me. Firing blast.
They can go after our western forces all they want. We got the east taken care of.
I'm on point.
I didn't even end up using the protodeca. Or at least I haven't so far. Maybe I will. Battle is not quite over yet. Okay, it didn't come across any AA turrets. That's always a good sign for a bombing run. They do have a few ATXTs.
All units, secured. Goodbye, grenades. Already.
I think people underappreciate how deep that line is when the B1s say goodbye to the grenades. Like, the B1s realize that they're just machines. Like, the grenade is just a much simpler, non-intelligent grenade. So they realize how disposable they are. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
I saw, I conquered.
We've lost a build pad.
I'm gonna leave you guys with that to think about. I think, with that said, that's the stream for the night. That's the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Think about your B1 droid friends tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to be back 7 p.m. Eastern playing some Pokemon Scarlet. For those of you watching this live, we're going to be back here on Twitch. Pokemon is coming back. Thank you, Polarai, for the bits as well. And have a good night, everyone. Hope to see you next time. Bye.